This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago, coming from the 606 Media Studios. This is the TCSF podcast with Big Z. This week, we got Stevie B from the No Water Weekend podcast. No Sweat Search is back. He's a little dark. There we go. Fix your lighting. JC Fantasy Dynasty Fantasy Football is here with all your fantasy football news. We'll get to that in a little bit too as well. But episode 207, Hard Knocks, in dedication to the first episode of Hard Knocks with the Chicago Bears, is brought to you by 606 Media, true Chicago sports fans, and Grit Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to gritclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15 for 15%. Get your shirts now. If you're watching on a Facebook, YouTube, X, wherever you're watching us, wherever you listen to us, drop your 5-star reviews. And what do you got to do, Stephen B?
Smash and subscribe.
There you go. Drop some comments. We need the love. Shoots us up on the charts, and that's what we need. And you can always support the show with a subscription at anchor.fm/True Chicago Sports Fans. Go over there and click on the support button. You can subscribe for a little 99 cents a month, cheaper than anything that you spend on. So please give us some love, a little bit of change in our pockets. And if you haven't done so, you can subscribe to the other shows on the 606 Media lineup. You got the No Water on the Weekend with Stevie B and Sean Daly, posted every Monday afternoon. Go ahead and
actually, it's out now, early this morning.
Get out. All right, go listen to that after you're done listening and watching us. Go over there and watch, and just listen. We're getting we're trying to set them up for watching pretty soon. We're working on it.
Actually, that episode that we did is on the YouTube page.
Oh, what? Who are you guys?
Yeah,
putting some work in. I love it. You
know, I got to crack the whip on Sean. That's essentially what I got to do.
Do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. Also, Intoxicated with Big Z dropped a new episode last week. It's all up there with Jessica Milagros. She's a model, plus size model that I went to school with. She was on Big Brother. She's been doing a lot of campaigns for like Lane Bryant and stuff like that. Really good interview. I also am dropping next week another episode, which I didn't want to let go till he did it. I had John Vitti. And if you don't know who John Vitti is, he's the guy that does those skits, those Chicago-centric skits where it's Cubs versus Sox or Naperville versus Chicago, those kind of skits. He's blowing up all over social media, and I was able to get him on Intoxicated. So that'll be out next Monday, so tune in for that one. But go ahead and subscribe to all of our shows. Show us some love, drop some comments, and show support. Without further delay, let's get into our sports. Episode 207, Hard Knocks. In this live episode, we're going to talk about the Sox. They finally made a change at the helm. The Cubs sweep the Crosstown and now focus on the wild card. Bears, Hard Knocks episode 1 has dropped. It was amazing. We got to see a lot of cool stuff. Caleb shows off his talent against the Bills, and we'll close out with stirring the pot. So without further ado, let's go with 3 up and 3 down and talk about our baseball teams.
I think I'll perplex him with my slow ball.
1, 2, 3.
All righty, let's start off with our Chicago White Sox, and let's rip that Band-Aid straight off the wound. The White Sox have dismissed Pedro Grifol after losing 10,000 games and being the worst manager in White Sox history. It's been bad on the South Side, and nothing has changed. We know exactly what they are, who they are, what they're going to be this year. They are playing the Yankees right now. They're going to get demolished. Nothing to report on that. But they did bring in Grady Sizemore, who was with the Arizona Diamondbacks last year and came over with the assistant GM from Arizona, who's under Chris Getz. And he was just a coach, helping out wherever he could, and they gave him the helm. They also replaced 3 other coaches on the field and hitting coach and all that stuff like that. I've seen the team respond. I know you guys don't watch a lot of White Sox baseball, but the team looks and feels a little different. They are competing. In the Crosstown, it was both exciting games, and I know Steven was at the edge of his seat, especially on Friday night. But we are seeing a change at the helm. What can we expect? I don't know. But from an outside point of view, Stevie B, what do you say?
Well, Luis Robert, I think he kind of gave up. I honestly,
100%.
as soon as he didn't get traded, I think automatically his brain switched off and was like, all right, screw it. I don't care. I didn't get traded. I could be at a contender and trying to get into the postseason, but his batting stats, not great. Friday, the White Sox, I'm like, oh man, we're up 4, then we're up 7. I'm like, this game's done. I turned it off. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go do something else. My mom was at the game with my uncle.
Oh boy. His internet dropped. That was not me.
Pay the damn bill.
That was pay your bill, sir.
As soon as you said click.
Yep. Oh, he's back. He must. Hey man, pay your
Something
bill.
happened. I do pay my bill. Something happened.
I was drinking water. I didn't drop you.
Something said sorry. I think it was JC.
It was Luis Robert. Luis Robert
Yeah,
for dog.
Luis Roberts over here connecting with Comcast. No, my mom went to the game. She was excited to go. And then she's like, hey, are you watching the game? I'm like, no, it's a blowout. Why? And she goes, no, it's not. It's a 1 lead. I'm like, oh, shit. And I turned it on. I'm sitting here watching it. And I'm like looking at the other TV. And I'm like, come on. And it was the bottom of the 9th. And it was just like, yeah, edge of my seat. Shouldn't have happened. I get the fight that you say. But I mean, Cubs have blown saves before. So I wouldn't say they look different. The White Sox, I just said that they got lucky.
I don't think they got lucky. I think it was a lot different technique to trying to play the game where they actually put down a beautiful bunt to move the guy over. And then you had Nicky Lopez at the bottom of the lineup. He also should have put a bunt down, and then you would be able to score 2 runs, and we could have tied it up. So the strategy was different. Again, Gray Sizemore has never coached at that level, so I expect those brain farts, I wouldn't say, but you also have capable people that are baseball people on the bench to tell you what you should be doing. Again, at the end of the day, we can wash our hands of this season because no one wants this stench, but there is a change in, I would say, attitude, and I would say the way they carry themselves, because now you see them cheering on each other, they're high-fiving each other when they're doing well or they're coming back. As of before, it wasn't like that. They were just like, well, whatever. That's just going through the motions. So, and
that was the most people I thought I saw a guarantee rate on a Friday-Saturday game for a while.
The last sellout was the Mexican Heritage. Yeah, that's so the second sellout. Yeah.
So
thanks.
I mean, hey, people had fun. There was no accidents.
Yes, there was a lot of fights.
I won both games.
Being sarcastic, I admit it.
Especially that second game where, they allowed, I think, Bellinger to continue to run. And they were like, why is he waving him in? That is the dumbest crap I've ever seen.
But they didn't throw the ball.
He held it. That was the problem. He held the ball. He just stood there and froze. They were like, throw it home. What are you doing? And they waved the old dude in.
No, he was already running. He was already getting waved. What ended up happening, because he did explain it, is that when he got the cutoff, he's like, there's no way in his mind they're not going to send Bellinger. So because it was also so loud, because that kid is a rookie, has never experienced that, being in a loud stadium, he literally just turned around like, oh wait, they did send him, and at that point it was too late. He said he couldn't hear his teammates telling him to throw the ball. Another break.
He would have been out by a mile.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That was a huge turning point on the second game too that I think the Sox should have had. If they didn't win game 1, they should have won game 2. I didn't think the Cubs were going to win every game this season against the Sox. I didn't think that.
I mean, the way they've been playing and being managed, I mean, I could have told you.
Cubs blow games, man. Especially with the Sox. They blow them games.
But I would say all 4 games were very entertaining.
Fair.
They started off as blowouts and they came back and they made it tight. Yes, the Cubs won all 4, which is great. You should be beating a AA team that's on the field. It's simple as that.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. But also the Cubs, like Stevie B said, they've blown, I think, about 38, 30, 40 saves.
Even if you take that amount of games and you put it towards, let's say they won, they'd still be above 500 and they'd be a wholly different team. They would definitely look a lot better, but it's not how it's working out right now. It's definitely not how I thought it was going to work out.
I heard the most interesting thing that happened was the guy who fell or tried to jump onto the field and broke his leg? Did you?
I don't know about the broken leg, but there was a couple incidents. I didn't get because obviously they don't put it on TV, right?
No.
They usually pan away. So
It was in the 9th inning.
yeah, I did see something about somebody getting hurt. I don't know what it was.
Two guys.
You know what? You shouldn't be jumping.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be jumping there.
What is the phrase that you say?
Fuck around and find out.
No, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Well, that one works too. That one works too.
Were they high, drunk? I mean, and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think that drop off from that wall was that far down.
I mean, you could break.
I guess I just never thought of that. Yeah, I roll an ankle, but he broke his leg.
It's about 10 to 12 feet.
It's
like jumping off
you
top
can
of a
definitely
hoop.
break your heel. There's a lot of stuff you can break.
Yeah,
from that height.
I heard that was the highlight of the game, though.
It could have been the boxing, the fake boxing matches in the concourse, and it was literally Cubs fan versus Cubs fan and Sox fan versus Sox fans. It was just wild, and it happens every year, and that's why I don't go to those games primarily. I did go with Ivan at Wrigley, and we were sitting in a certain section, which I knew there wasn't gonna be like. If it was the bleachers, I'm like, yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel. Same thing when you go to the rate, guarantee rate, where you're on the concourse. People have been drinking for hours and hours. People partake in other substances, and at the end of the day, people get really brave and whatever, and that's happened. So, and that's why I stay myself away from those kind of situations. So
that's that Southside attitude, man.
I
They
know
don't care. They don't care. They just
I'm
don't care.
I'm not gonna say just that. I'll be fair, but I'm gonna say that I'm surprised they had the game Friday night and Saturday night, and I think that's where they do it mostly in the week because you don't have that much.
That's one of the things that they were trying to do, and also they got limited to 2 games apiece this season. I think it goes back up to 3 games next season. At this point, they should be playing each other more often, so it's not such a big spectacle and people get all dumb about it. Again, I really think that it should be like the NBA where everybody plays each other the same amount of time. That's just me when it comes to baseball. I also think that they should be restructuring the divisions and the conferences and whatever. So
White Sox are up right now 2-1 against the Yankees. So that's
so if you got money right now, start betting against those.
Yeah, go against the Yankees, pick them to come back.
So let me wrap up the White Sox, because they were talking about having replacements. They're going to start searching for replacements, and Chris Getz talked about his replacement as manager is going to be from outside the organization, and specifically saying that that person is in uniform now, which, I mean, there's 29 other teams. That can be anybody. It can be from the ball boy with the KC Royals, it can be anybody. And again, we don't know what Chris Getz is looking at, what Chris Getz is trying to do. Well, that's what I'm saying. Chris Getz said that. You also have the other thing where Brzezinski was on his podcast on Foul Territory and said, I would love to fix this. I've told Jerry Reiser, let me fix this organization. And Jerry's told him no before. You're looking for a manager. He said, my phone works. It takes phone calls. And, I think it'd be a great idea because Brzezinski's not going to be there for the long run. It kind of has the Ozzy effect where people are going to get sick of him as far as players who play for him. And he's not going to be there for the championship years. He's going to be there for the transformation of the new team. So
Ross.
No, God, no.
We did with Ross. Yes,
God, no.
He wasn't there very long. He was gone.
Oh, you mean he didn't just like Ross? Okay.
Yeah, he didn't also win either. So not a whole lot.
But he's there
also
for transitional.
Yeah, go ahead.
He was there for a transitional phase. Like, okay, you're gone. Now we're bringing in some other talent and we're doing other things. And the White Sox have. I'm not going to say they're not good. That's fair. But here's the bright part or the bright spot. They can't know where to go but up. I mean, that's how far down they are. So AJ Brzezinski, if he's offering to give you, hey, I'll give you a couple of years, a few years of my expertise and let me manage, and then you get who you guys want later on, so that way we can get the talent pool going, then why not do it? Why not? And don't say Ozzie Guillen. I do love Ozzie. Don't do. I'm an Ozzie fan.
I'm not saying that.
Don't bring Ozzie back. he's worn out his welcome. He's done. Let him move on.
I don't think
Thank
he's
you
worn
for
out his welcome. I think that's just he's been blackballed for a while, but that's not. I don't think he's worn out his welcome. It's just that he's outspoken, and Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't want anybody outspoken. They want everybody to follow in suit. Your Fred Hoibergs, right? Your Pedro Grafals. That's what he wants.
Mm-hmm. I do feel that AJ has a lot to bring to the table. Sorry.
Yeah, 100%. And I think he would construct a nice staff of veteran people to complement him. I really think it'll be a good thing. And there's going to be some, they were talking about bringing Terry Francona. If you're bringing Terry Francona, that's to win, right? You're going to spend money and you're ready to win. That's when you bring in Terry Francona.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come through this. He's not going to do anything with this.
No, he's like, are you going to spend money? And he's like, nope.
But
okay,
you know
what?
That does bring another point, and I like that you said that. When you bring these big managers in, big names, we only want to bring big managers with big names when we have big names in on our team and bigger heads to manage. I don't like that. I think that, and I apologize because I'm not trying to be an ass or anything like that, but you should be there from the beginning. There's going to be managers that say, "Hey, I've seen the bottom and we've risen to the top." I like that type of manager. All teams are never going to get the Greg Popovich, stamp.
But
or Jerry Sloan.
We've screwed over Ricky Renteria on both sides of town. He was there when the Cubs had the kids.
I forgot about him.
And then they went on and got Madden. They're like, oh no, here's the best manager available. Okay, great. And they did win, so you can't knock them for that.
No.
Then Ricky comes here and the kids are playing hard. And then you have the owner going over Rick Hahn and saying, nope, you can't hire your own manager, which would have been, I always forget,
Nope, he froze.
They're going to Detroit.
He froze.
Like, no, you're going to get La Russa. Who froze?
You did.
You do.
I did. Yeah. So it's a catch-22 because I know what you're saying is you want a manager to be there from the beginning to the end. That just rarely happens at this point.
It's a crappy mentality to have in sports. Like, we're only going to bring him in when we got a winning team to go in, and then you give him, and then the guys, the little guys who actually did all the damn work to get them. Okay, this is the perfect example.
That's corporate America, man.
Yeah, I know about that. No,
that's corporate America.
They're asses, and I don't give a crap what anybody says. But here's the problem. It's like Mark Jackson with the Golden State Warriors. He put that team together. Don't care what anybody says. He did everything. But I think he got a little too religious, or whatever. That the team wasn't not really feeling it. So then they bring in Steve Kerr. Well, we're going to bring him in when we have all this winning pieces together. Then he goes on to win all the championships. But don't ever forget who put that actual team together. Mark Jansen. When Broncos won, what is that offensive coordinator from the England, the Patriots, he came over here. He was the head coach. He put that team together, the Von Millers and all of them. And then when they had enough of him for 1 or 2 seasons, and he went, they bought somebody else in, and guess what? Voila, they won. So it just stinks that this mentality that we were going to bring a big name in here, when we got winning pieces. This is like, why not let it ride with the guy that already had done it, who was there when you guys were bottomless nobodies.
I mean, you get that to a point, right? You had Doug Collins who couldn't put him over the parental hump, right? Over the Pistons, and you had Phil Jackson on the sideline waiting, right? And that's another dirty move that the Reinsdorfs did, right? Yeah. A lot of teams do that, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Riley was a great example, and I don't know if you guys ever watched their show on
Winning Time.
Winning Time. And I love the way Riley came in and did what if that's a true story that they're stating is, he came out of nowhere, did what he was supposed to do, and he bought them a winning team. I mean, he was there from that is a perfect example of a coach being there from thick and thin when things are sloppy and messy and so forth. And he was there for when they won it all.
Who froze now?
Me? God dang it.
Well,
yeah, you froze for a second. So I don't know what's going on with the internet.
Not only that, I think you were bringing up Josh McDaniels. Let's remember why Josh McDaniels was fired. He drafted Tim Tebow. That right there is the number one reason why that man got fired, was because he put all his chips on the table, traded Jay Cutler to the Bears, and drafted Tim Tebow. So That right there tells you why that man got fired.
Did he lose?
Oh, he went to what, the first playoff game or whatever with Tim Tebow. But listen, we all saw what Tim Tebow was. He was not a passing quarterback. Yeah, exactly. He better college quarterback than professional, and better quarterback than tight end.
He wasn't good at all. Did you? And I don't know if you guys watched the Dallas Cowboy game and Rams last night. That guy threw like 5 interceptions, but that final drive, he whipped it in there and he wound up winning. My point is that Tebow found and Tebow found a way to win. It was ugly, but I thought what mattered was winning, right?
Hey, have you not been a Chicago Bear fan?
Oh.
That's exactly.
But we don't put up W's. This man was actually putting up W's, and I'm not a Tebow fan, but the man was putting up W's no matter how ugly it looked.
Dude, we went from Trubisky to Justin Fields and all those.
It's so sad.
Anyway, let's transition over to the north side with the Cubs. No, you're fine. Let's transition to Cubs. They swept the White Sox, and now they're looking at what I think they were 3.5 or 4 games starting. And they are losing at the moment. So they're 4 games out of the wild card because that's their only chance. They're not getting into the division.
It was 8-2 or 8-3. It's 8-7 right now.
Yeah, it is 8-7. Yeah. So if you want to bet on the Cubs to come back, go ahead and do that.
I will say this. There is 7 weeks remaining in the 2024 season, right? It's not going to be easy if these guys, want to actually go into the postseason. We're just about in mid-August, so that, there's a chance, but I guess the percentage is very low.
No, you have the Yankees, the Dodgers,
one of the easiest schedules.
Well, here,
really?
let me just list them off to you, and you can tell me.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so we got 43 games left in the regular season, 22 home, 21 on the road. Home, 3 games with the Blue Jays, 3 with the Tigers, 3 with Pirates, 3 with the Yankees, 3 with the A's, 3 with the Nationals, 3 with the Reds. Now, the ones in that row, I could say Yankees, possibly Reds, having issues, maybe winning a game, and a fluke with the Blue Jays. I think that could be something where we have some trouble with. But on the road, here's the kicker. I think we have a better chance of winning at home than we do away from home, right on the road. Guardians, Marlins, Pirates, Nationals, Dodgers, Rockies, and Phillies. So Dodgers can be a problem, yes. Phillies, yes, they could be a problem. Guardians, first in their division, can be a problem if you don't have the pitching to stop them from scoring. I mean, Pirates, you could sweep it, fine. Nationals, yes, play hard. Rockies, sure, you should be able to win those games. Take 2 out of 3. I would love a sweep out of all these, but that's in Steven's Fantasy Island, and everyone's welcome. But I just think it's going to be really tough because looking at this, it's split in my eyes. I think even if it's like the Oakland A's, there's a chance in my eyes, and I love them. I think they have heart, but there's a chance that we win 1 game out of 3. Mm-hmm. And I'm on the edge of my seat all the time. And I'm not talking about the seat that I'm sitting in. I'm in the bathroom. So I'm just saying it's split. And if these guys really want it, they got to play smart moves. The pitching has to get better. And I mean, they have some momentum. They beat the Minnesota Twins 2 out of 3 games. You're capable of doing something magical, but you also can't let the easy teams take advantage of you and beat you. You're going to lose games like that. And then we're going to be talking about it like we did last year, how that last week, we all said it, is an important week if we're going to get into the postseason. Milwaukee and Atlanta was that last week. What happened? Atlanta, we took 1 out of 3. Milwaukee, killed it. We got swept, and that was it. And then I canceled my Marquee Network Cubs subscription. So I'm just saying, I think this is going to be another edge of the seat kind of end of the season for me. And it's a little bit longer on the edge of the seat because we have so many games left.
I'm going to tell you what I think and what I've noticed is that the bats finally came alive when they made these damn trades. And I don't know what happened for that month that they they were just crapping their pants and not doing anything. But now the bats actually came alive and they're actually hitting and making contact and putting it in play. That is huge because that is a momentum thing that always happens for a lot of teams that can carry right into the postseason. This is what happens this time of year, every season for most winning teams. So do I think they can carry this more? Now the pitching, yes, it is fine.
Arizona Diamondbacks is a great example.
Yeah. But it's the bats. The bats were not doing anything. They were sleeping. They were doing other things. There was no adobo in the pitching. It was bad. But now it looks like everybody appears to be on board. Is pitching going to always be bad? It's always going to be shaky. But the bats woke up. That was the huge thing. Bellinger got that contract. We were making fun of him, and now look at him.
I wasn't making fun of him. I said that was a great deal for both sides.
I was. I was making fun of him when he was stinking it up when he went to sleep for that month. But now look at them. Now they are finding their momentum, and that momentum this time of season always carries them over and possibly into October. Possibly.
Yeah. What's up, Izzy? Izzy's always commenting on the podcast. Thanks for joining us, Izzy. I didn't have my comments on, so I didn't see the 57 comments you drop every week. I appreciate it. What ended up happening with the Cubs is that the bats started hitting. And then the bullpen since the All-Star break has one of the best bullpens in MLB. So that's you have those two dynamics, you're going to win most of the time. So that's great for the Cubs. The problem is that this might be too little too late, and you've already seen this show because it happened last year where you missed it by one game.
Yeah, I mean we've been talking for months that how long are we going to wait to trade for a closer? Yeah. Like we waited. In my opinion, we waited 2 to 3 weeks too long. There were there's 20 winnable games that we could have won that we would have had a much different outcome here. We wouldn't be 3 or 4 games back. We might be in the wild card as it is if we had just made a move 2 to 3 weeks earlier. So, again, I understand sometimes the buying price of getting a player is too high. And, when you're 30 minutes out from the trade deadline, you might have a little more leverage where you can make a move for a little less money, a little less compensation, because you're trying to get it done before the trade deadline ends. But again, you wait 2-3 weeks. And like I said, now we're sitting here playing will we, won't we? And it's... Like I said,
y'all killing my vibe.
It may be too late.
You ain't killing my vibe. None of y'all. All three.
You know me. I'm all on the train, but I don't like getting my heart broken, and I play things close to the chest, and I don't let people in.
You play things close to the toilet.
My crooked
That's
heart.
the only thing that's close to me, literally. That and a bottle of booze, the two things that are closest to me. But anyway, my point being is the fact that it's like, I just don't want to get my hopes up. Now, the team that I'm wearing on my head, I have mild standards. I have not low expectations, not high expectations.
Yeah.
I have decent amount. But for this Cubs team that should be dominant, has I wouldn't say the best talent, but they have talent on the team to be an above 500 team. Not anything less than that. Now, they win tonight. They come back. They're right, 8-7. They have a chance to be 500. Now, are they going to go back under 500, or are they going to actually rise up to the occasion like Dark Knight Rises? So we'll see.
Yeah,
y'all ain't gonna poo-poo on my parade.
Oh my God! The Cubs have been poo-pooing down their leg the entire season, so I don't want to hear it.
And their own hands for a month.
I've even gone and seen poo-poo on the field.
Yeah,
while I'm in the 1914 club. Okay.
I get what you guys are saying, and you know what, and it's a very non-biased take. I
know we're all funny here.
I love it, but here's my thing. This is all I got right now, and now that the Bears are coming back, I really appreciate it. So living out here in Colorado, we ain't got nothing. So let's enjoy this.
You got that Chris Bryant contract.
Oh Jesus, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, at least the Chris Bryant contract's better than the Javier Baez contract. So
1,000 times better. That guy's swinging at anything.
They are literally pitching him like, "Hey, we're walking him," and he's swinging at the pitches.
I will go out there and pitch to him, and he'll swing at it.
I
Like,
want that job.
intentional walk, pitch outside, and he is still swinging at this stuff.
The
It is
ball
like,
is not even making it to the glove. It's not
I-
even making
I
it to the base. It went, he's
what
still swinging.
happened? What happened to Javier?
He just doesn't
Baez?
have it. He doesn't
don't
have the
think he
motivation
cares.
for baseball. He
I
doesn't
don't
care.
think he cares. Yeah,
No.
he got paid. He's like, I'll take the bag in Detroit. And he tried one season. He's like, yeah, this is not going anywhere. Oh well, release me. I don't care. I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out to Dansby Swanson, who's actually been hitting for the Cubs, actually
He
doing well.
has.
And I
Yes.
think maybe it has to do something with his wife being in the Olympics and also winning the gold medal for the women's soccer team. She scored the winning goal in the gold match. So I think that maybe has some motivation to I
You
can
can't outshine me, woman. No, I'm just kidding. No,
hey. Yeah.
no, he's not like that.
Mm-mm. You can't say stuff like that these days. You don't.
Oh, I was just kidding. He doesn't actually think that.
Oh,
he's
my God.
not like one of us. No, I'm just kidding. Not one of that
no,
either.
don't do that either.
So, no.
Nobody wants Javi back in Chicago. Relax.
No, I definitely don't. I don't. I do not want Javi anywhere near. Take
No.
the sign off Puerto Rico in Humboldt Park and
Yes, please do.
over here. Take it off.
What if he came back and he was, good? And
Okay,
it,
how
it
about-
was
how
because
about
of
you
where
do?
he was at.
You can take him on the Rockies.
Well, I don't like the Rockies. I don't give a shit.
No, you can put him with Chris Bryant. You have your whole left side of your field all over. You do it all over again.
I'll tell you what. I'll pay him $3 million a year to just play infield and just don't even bat. I don't want you batting. Just play the
No.
infield.
I'm all for that too.
I like his. You know what? His stealing abilities is really well too. Remember how many times did he steal home plate? Like 3
A
times.
lot.
You know,
No,
so, I mean,
he'd steal a lot. Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's a
stealing
good base
ability-
runner.
He's still got some perks, but I'm saying maybe he doesn't like where he's at, and then he wants to come home.
Yeah, but no one's going to trade for that contract.
No, I wouldn't either.
No, a ridiculous amounts. No way.
You're
He'd have to get dramatic amount of cut for that to happen.
You're pretty much
Yeah,
stuck.
Detroit would have to pay 90%.
I'll trade
of
for
that.
him, but you're paying for 95% of his contract.
Yep. Yeah. Same thing
Yeah.
they did with some of the pitchers from New York when they did that fire sale. So,
Yeah, that's
all right, let's take a quick break. We'll reconvene with baseball next week as it sucks continuously, and we'll talk about more happier things with our Chicago Bears. We'll do that in 3 and Out, and we'll do that after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15
for 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to Nowhere on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots. So let's kick it back over to Big Z.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Welcome back to the TCSF podcast with Big Z, featuring No Sweat Surge, Stevie B, and JC Dynasty Fantasy Football. And boys, it's that time to talk about our favorite football team. It is time to talk about our Chicago Bears. Okay. Raise of hands. Everybody, I already know off air who didn't watch Hard Knocks and for whatever reasons. But what did we think about the first episode of Hard Knocks? Go ahead.
There was things that I loved.
Yep.
For an example, the Bulls, when the announcer, said Caleb Williams, I thought that was really cool. When they had the tour bus go underneath the bridges, I thought that was really cool. I got goosebumps. I got a little emotional because I love the city so much I can never leave because I can't afford actual vacation. But, I just think that whole aspect was great. You get to see Caleb. He's getting drafted, which was nice. Him coming out of the tunnel, woo, which is something that we all witnessed on this show. But I will say this, it felt a little PG. It felt like there was no controversy. Maybe it's in the next episode. It didn't. I felt like it went a different amount of different directions from the actual offensive lineman with the Eagle. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagle Speedo.
Yeah.
JC is probably excited to see that. Actually, he's not. I was not excited to see that. That was random.
JC wears his Eagle Speedo with his Favre jersey.
Yeah, there you go. So, but yes, it was great. I liked it. I just felt it was a little PG. And I also felt that DJ signing was scripted and put in like very last minute, like the Cinderella story, because that takes, I would say, a couple months or if not a month to get that taken care of.
They could have held off, though. I mean, they could have.
Yeah, he could have said no, but I really think that because of what's happening with the HBO and them getting so much exposure, they waited for that to signing Caleb, to signing Rome, and now you're signing DJ. So I just think that just, again, it was going to happen. They were going to sign. No one was holding out. They're just like, let's just do it and create a buzz for the Hard Knocks. You know, the contract's already there. You just got to come in and sign it. Obviously, you've seen that on camera because he didn't read anything. I mean, you had Drew Rosenhaus and the other Rosenhaus brother.
Why was Warren there, the president?
Guess who approves all the money, bro?
I mean, you don't have to be there. You just got to say, oh, that's a good deal.
Well,
but he said in the show, oh, what's the numbers? Dude, you know the numbers. Like,
it's camera time. Like what I said, it's scripted.
Yeah.
Did you not watch the Giants like off season?
I didn't watch that one.
I did like two episodes.
Owner was in the GM's office like every day. Like, what's going on with Saquon? Like,
that was the GM. I'm talking about the president who's approving most of the stuff. He's on there saying
it's different from the Bears because George McCaskey, he said he's not going to get involved in that. So that's why he hires certain people to put him in their place. And you have Warren there. He's in charge of all the financial stuff of like, here's how much money we're going to spend. You know, we're looking at the new sites for the stadium. All right, cool. That's one bucket. All right, we're gonna spend how much on what player? That's what he's doing. He's being financially responsible, and I think that's
I understand that and I respect that. But when he asked the question, what's the deal again? How much is it, dude? You know,
script.
Yeah, I mean, and that's all I'm saying with that. That's all I'm saying with that. And yeah. But I enjoyed it. I'm excited to see
8-8.
The next episode, and I got this hat because they're all wearing it. Plus, the white one is actually really nice, and I might cop that one.
So you're gonna go get the Caleb purse too? I'm just saying. You're gonna get.
I mean, I can't afford that purse, or else I would.
I can't do this right
now. You know.
I like the episode. I think it was a little PG, as he stated. A lot of, hey, look at my facial hair. My wife thought of it, and actually, it does look a little better.
Yeah, I like the teasing. It looks a lot good here.
There was just a lot of unnecessary stuff that I didn't want to see. I'd rather had what was with the guy that looked like Lovie Smith? I was like, they hired Lovie Smith. Oh my god, they should have done that along. I was like, that's not Lovie Smith.
Nah,
random.
I'm okay with.
But he should be man. He's the reason why we got all these players now. He's the reason that they stopped playing. We had them picked because of him. So, anyways, the slip and slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a little, PBS.
Yeah,
and it's also dangerous too.
You guys how to slide. Come on, I seen a lot of these rookies over this weekend that decided to go head first. What the hell are you doing? And at least he applied it in game one. Come on. He's applying what he's learning during practice at the games. Hey, I'm for it. I'm glad we got to observe that during Hard Knocks. And they were like, oh, look, he did the slip and slide. I mean, that's what we all got excited about. Yeah, I did. I was like,
no, and that's fun. But you could have got a baseball sliding mat. Why
not just make it fun?
It's not as fun. And it's like 95 degrees. I was there. It was brutally hot. So for them to just play on a slip and slide, hey, I'm all for it. But like we said, he did apply it during the game and then addressed it again in the post conference, saying, we did it during training camp on a slip and slide, and it works. Yeah. So he didn't get hurt. He's not getting popped in the head like Justin Fields. You know, Justin Fields never got a call for getting popped in the head when he was sliding. But he also, he's a lot taller dude, so you didn't popped. So again, I really enjoyed the episode. There's a lot of good aspects. There's a lot of stories to be told. And that's why it was all over the place on episode 1, right? With Eberflus, the rookies coming in and this, but I do that every year. Where the same.
You got a nice house.
Yeah, you
It's
think?
a beautiful house.
You think? Right on the lake? Yeah, I mean,
sexy. It's nice.
And
I'm also wondering why.
So I couldn't tell you anything.
Yeah, no. I just have a little bit of
the highlights where they were making fun of Caleb, saying he looks like a gremlin or whatever.
Yeah,
because he hasn't cut his hair. His facial hair is all over the place. Yeah, he's like.
I also like. I like the fact that we don't have the Taylor Swift, but we have Miss Biles, and I like the fact that they showed Jonathan rooting for his wife and them allowing him to go out there, and they were showing bits and parts of it. And her actually winning, like you're bringing us a winner. This ain't no Taylor Swifties crap. This is actually a true winner that's going to be here with us. And Jonathan Owens and them allowing him to support his wife is really huge because this time with his team is big, especially this is a new team for him. So that's a big deal for the team to say, go out there, go support your wife. I was actually okay with that too. I enjoyed watching that part, but that's that little piece or segment of it.
Yeah, JC, how do you feel about that? Owens going over to support his wife?
I'm okay with it because John, he's been in the league for a couple seasons now. He's not a rookie where he needs to relearn everything. Granted, he may not have been in Eberflus's system or defense, so he may have some stuff to learn, but he's also not the starter either. So he's, we got Brisker and Byard who are starting.
Yeah,
he is going to be the backup in case one of those guys get injured and or possibly playing in nickel and dime situations. So again, I'm fine with it. He was gone for a week, not even, because when Simone was actually doing, at the Olympics, he wasn't there until the actual gold medal, event.
The last week of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So while she was doing qualifyings and, all this stuff for the all around qualifying for, the beam, the high bars, all that stuff, he wasn't even there. So again, to give him, 4 or 5 days to, hey, go overseas, support your wife. It's a great story for the Bears because, they're now associated with gold medal, Olympic winning wife of, the safety of our team. It's a great story. So, would any other team do it? I would like to think they would. But, did they allow him to do it 4 years ago? And now again, I don't know if they were together 4 years ago. I don't know the whole story. I believe they were, because I remember story, but I think they were dating. They weren't married at the time, because they were talking about it, during the Olympics that, when she was going through what they called the twisties, that he wasn't able, he was only able to talk to her FaceTime and on the cell phone. He wasn't able to be there to support her while she was going through a very rough time because she basically in essentially what they call the twisties, everyone else calls the yips.
The yips. Yep.
So again, for her to not be able to perform at her best or her God-given ability because all of a sudden she had a mental block, and then your boyfriend at the time, husband, fiance, whatever he was, couldn't even be there to support you. I mean, it's rough.
Yeah.
So again, I think with that knowledge of him not being there to support her the last time she had an issue, I think it was a big deal for the Bears to allow him. So again, I'm all for it.
It's that work-life balance that, it's the new thing, the new phase, or it's been going on for a little bit, work-life balance. And it shows that the the ownership is allowing these players to have outside lives that might be going on. And I kind of applaud that. They didn't have, like I said, they didn't have to. And he said during the episode, we'll just send you what you need to review.
Yeah,
on
this and all the
app.
installs on the iPad. Yeah.
Yep, we'll send you guys what you need to learn on there. You just review what you need to do. We'll see when you get back. We trust you. We're good. So I did like that.
Yeah, and again, I mean, if he was the starter on the team, like I said, it might be a little different, but like I said, the fact that he is one of our backups, it's one of those, like, I think he's given a little more leeway. Yeah. That said, I mean, I know you guys are talking about Hard Knocks and all that, and unfortunately, we talked off air about how I don't have HBO, so I'm trying to find the episode myself, but we talking about like Nate Davis last year.
Yep.
He had some off-field issues, family matters. The Bears have been pretty steady about giving guys the time to deal with what they need to deal with off the field. So I think that's one thing the Bears have been pretty good at, is supporting their players, making sure everything is good with them on and off the field.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's different when you see it live on Hard Knocks. It's not that behind the scenes, or this is breaking news, or somebody's going on social media and saying, "We're gonna win him." No, this is like, hey, go out there. Hey, we're gonna upload that stuff. Don't worry about it. We trust you. We got you. We're behind
right.
you.
I also think because they had the extra game, the Hall of Fame game, where he was not going to play anyways.
Yep.
So he wasn't going to miss much. So when we're saying here, just check your iPad, all the installs for every couple of days, just check it in there, make sure you understand where we're at. It's fine. Also, he's a veteran, so that's not a big deal. Yep. Speaking of games, our first game with our new quarterback, Caleb Williams, with number 1 overall pick, went 4 for 7 with 95 yards, a passing rating of 101.8, and he had 13 yards on the ground. He looked good. He looked really good, boys. He looked. There was a couple of plays where, the defense changed their coverage while he snapped the ball, and he made the decision to run in the middle because he saw that the safeties were out, so the middle was open. He's also made plays to where he's zipping the ball in the middle, or he's giving that no-look pass, which he say wasn't a no-look pass, but when you just see gloves and you just toss it up there, that's a no-look pass. So after seeing game 1, what is your interpretation of our number 1 draft pick?
My interpretation is, good God, we need an offensive line, because it looked awful. Granted, I know they're rolling them out. They're doing bootlegs. They're doing different things. But, I mean, this looks like it's going to be another horrendous year of quarterbacks running for their lives, trying to escape the pocket and make something happen yet again, because the Bears, even since Jay Cutler, they have ignored the offensive line with patchworks, and this will do just enough. Again, we need to fix the offensive line, and hopefully that'll be done next year, because we cannot afford Caleb to go out there, get shell shocked, and fall apart and never be the guy he's supposed to be, because we ruined him, because we did not put an offensive line in front of him. So that is my stance on it. Nate Davis, I love you. Like, get your butt back on the field, dude. I don't know what the soft tissue issue is, but enough. This is 2 seasons in a row that you have been standing on the sidelines, kicking rocks, doing nothing. Like, are you going to play or are you not going to play? Period. If not, we're going to let you go. We're going to take your salary, and we're going to go find somebody when they get cut, on the 52-man roster, 53-man roster, trim down, because enough. Like, this is not working. We need a better offensive line, and that's not going to happen with guys standing on the sideline for two off seasons. That's
it really does. Yeah, it really does hurt us, because now, the guy that we picked up as was it the 3rd round pick or the 5th round pick that we traded to get the offensive lineman, who's the supposed to be at center. Bates, yeah. So now he's playing right guard. So he's not. He hasn't took a first team snap at center. So it really messes up everything on the offensive line, because he cannot stay healthy or be on the field. We don't know if he's hurt or if he's injured, because there's a big difference. You can be hurt and still play.
Soft tissue issue is what they've been saying.
Yeah, it might be between his legs. You know, it's hey, that was a PG way of saying it, all right. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, man. Especially because, you know, now we got an expensive car in the garage, right? And the last thing you need is, you know, your 15-year-old son trying to take it out for a joyride and dinging the crap out of it, right? Or putting it around the tree. We don't need that, right? We just like JC, he does not need to get shell shocked, and then he's gonna be trigger happy or trigger shy and not be able to play. Thanks, Vic.
I want Victor. You can't.
Yeah, so it's really hard to deal with that, because that's going to be a problem.
I watched that first quarter. I watched the whole game in its
I watched the whole game too. It's good.
And I watched that first quarter maybe about 4 times over the weekend. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of decisions that I agree that Williams made. I think he made some smart decisions. There's a couple passes that I wish he could take back. Yes, okay, fine. But you know, his rating over the other quarterbacks that were drafted, I think maybe 1 through 6 as quarterbacks, right?
Right.
He was the number 1 rated quarterback. Williams, Bo Nix came second, but Bo Nix doesn't deserve that second. I'm going to get into that one. But J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr., and Jaden Daniels and Drake May was last. So he made a lot of smart plays. Don't get it twisted. I mean, I didn't like the whole pass like this, but he got it to where it needs to go, and Swift just went running.
But my point is, it looks great in a preseason. It is not sustainable.
It's not going to go
for an entire season, or for an entire game, for that matter, playing the way he was playing. Because again, a great shovel pass to Swift, but in regular season against starters, you don't know that that's going to be there.
That ball's popped up in the air and that's taken back.
Right. That could be returned for 6. You know, then you have, you know, again, you watched, there was a pass to Keenan Allen over the middle. That was a great pass. I believe there was a pass to DJ Moore. Great pass. Those are both great reads. His bootleg out to the sideline, a lot of great decisions, and the cross body throw to Komet. Great pass. But again, you saw there was a defender in his face. Again, off the edge, you know, not.
And he keeps throwing off that back foot. Did you see that?
On the bootleg?
Yeah,
on the bootleg, he didn't do that.
Yeah, well, on a lot of the bootlegs, the way they teach you how to throw those passes, a lot of the time it's going to be off your back leg, because you don't want to be throwing off your front leg across your body, because the way your body has to twist, when you go to throw, you want it to be off your rear leg for the twist. So again, that's just how you want to be out throwing off your back leg. Now, if you have rolled off to the left, then yeah, you're going to be throwing off your front leg. If you roll left, rolling right off the back leg.
I don't want him, and this is another thing that I noticed, and like I said, I watched it about 4 times. When they get into, we're getting into that red zone fiasco. When we get to the red zone, what the hell are we doing? And he looked very confused in the red zone, because we didn't score, and we should have scored. But then they went to a running play, or he tried to pass it and it didn't work out. And it happens to every quarterback we get. They get into that red zone and we don't do anything. Again,
like preseason is more about getting the guys reps, getting them into rhythm, and they're running a vanilla offense and a vanilla defense. So yeah, he ran it three or 4 times, and we didn't score. That we don't really care about winning in preseason. That really doesn't do anything for us. So.
I mean, he's been rusty. I mean, he hasn't played a game like an actual game like that since November.
Rusty, yeah.
So I don't expect him. Shake off the rust. Sure. I mean, the guy's got arm and strength. Like, he could throw it, and that was impressive to me. Yes, the pass to Komet, awesome, amazing. Hitting Swift, everyone's saying that looks like Mahomes. Well, cool, but yet I agree with you both, and all 3 of you, that sometimes you can't do that in the regular season. It's not always an option. And yes, it looks amazing and it looks great to see. Yes, you're playing the Bills. They're not going to really go and hit the quarterback hard and stuff like that. Again, it's preseason. It's nice to see these highlights and get the reps in. I do agree with that. But I'm just optimistic to see what I see versus what I see in Pittsburgh. And, like I was never a Justin Fields fan, never was. But it's easy to see Caleb read the defense. He sees the defense close on him. And these are the small little things that I could say, hey, even if it's preseason, those kind of skills is something that you need before going into the NFL to prove yourself, because then you're just going to get sacked. You're going to get swallowed in. Can you get the ball out quick enough? Yes, he was holding it, but he did pocket passing in a couple of these throws. Great. Yeah. But then you don't also want him to just only be a pocket passer, bootleg, kick him out, let him run. Perfect. That everything that we saw was great. Transitioning it to the NFL, better teams, more physical, the regular season. I get that. So we'll see what happens then. But I'm excited. I'm not disappointed, but in the city of Chicago, if he did terrible, we'd be like, oh, what the hell did we do? And he looks great. And then we're like, oh, this looks amazing. He's the second coming. So,
but JC had a good point, and he had a couple of good points. But I just wanted to say, and I wasn't on the Williams bandwagon, but we got to take him for what it is, because I ain't got no say in this. I'm not signing contracts. However, I did like watching him play, because it looked like he made sound decisions for a preseason game, right? It looked like he did what he can do. He ran when he needed to run. He held the ball. He just didn't want to just chuck it up there. There was a pass that he just chucked it up to the side, and Komet didn't catch it. There was that one pass, and Komet didn't hold on to it. Yeah.
Where he dropped it. Yeah.
Yeah, when he dropped it.
He should have caught it. Yep.
But Komet just moved. But there was just a couple of things. But I think he did great. For a preseason game, I think he did great. I just don't want us to go into the season with the red zone jitters of going through that all season, because every time we were one of the worst teams in the red zone. And I get vanilla, cool. I get what you're saying, but I don't want to go into the season with that mentality. When we get to the red zone, no, we got to come up with other stuff. But yes, you're correct. It is a preseason. It is going to be some dry plays and vanilla or whatever. But I do want to see something. What else can we do in that red zone during preseason that season that he can practice right now? Because this is what we're going to need throughout we suck in the red zone for I don't know how many years.
I don't foresee the red zone being an issue come regular season, because you've got Swift out of the backfield who can catch the ball no problem. You've got Dunze, Allen, and DJ Moore all over 6 foot tall.
There we go.
Am I or
no? I don't know. It was
ZZ was
I don't know who it is, but yeah, I agree with you. You have multiple weapons. You have Swift. You have Adunze. You got Mercedes Lewis there. Mercedes Benz. You put them in there and use them. So there's a lot of.
My biggest issue was we got a new play caller, so where Getsy is, you sometimes you would watch his red zone play calling and be like, dude, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like these are the most generic play calls. Like, we all know where the ball's going. Like, what is happening here? Like, I am excited for Swift to be out of the backfield. Like, let's get some pitches to the outside, hit that corner, hit that pylon, play the width of the field. Especially when you have a guy like Swift who can run a 4.35, like, dude, just, hey, I'm going to be in shotgun, stand next to me. Like, literally as soon as the ball snapped, take off. I'm going to pitch it to you, hit that pylon. Like, that's all I need you to do is get to that pylon before someone tackles you. Like,
missed that one in the end zone. He missed that one in the end zone where Caleb was scrambling, and it if you're scrambling, the receiver has to look back and see where you're at and then make a decision. And I think Rome has not adjusted to that, because that happened at the practice facility as well, where I think it might have been Brisker or Stevenson that bit on something, and Rome was wide open, but Rome went for his route. So it was like a 7 and in, instead of going 7 and out to the end zone where he would have been wide open. So I think Rome is learning that, and that's something that him and Caleb need to work together. You also got to understand he's the third wide receiver on the roster, on depth chart. So he's not getting as many practice and throws to him at the moment. So hopefully they can build that continuity and get better at that. You got to understand they're both still rookies.
Who do you think is going to be the backup? I mean, it's too early to tell, but just off of this one game. Right? Well, actually,
I kind of like you're gonna. It's a shocker because I was big on Agent,
yeah,
but ripping, he be ripping that ball, man. I kid you not, that guy looks hungry. His family's there. His mama's proud. And I'm just saying, this guy be ripping the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got the second spot and Beijing got the third. But if you saw me, if you saw me like losing it right now, the Cubs lost. They lost 9-3, 9-8. They had a chance. They blew it in the 8th. And then PJ Armstrong swings at something in the dirt. It's just
closers. You gotta love that book. You gotta love that pen.
No, Lopez came in and closed it out, but still, it's just Pete. Oh God. Anyway, back to Bears. We got positives. Okay, this baseball season for both of us doesn't look that great.
Nope.
Who got a Caleb Williams jersey already?
My son bought mine.
Nice.
Negative.
He said, my son bought it.
Now, what about getting a jersey with your last name?
I don't do that.
I do that.
I do it for the kids. If they were.
Why? Because if you lose them, you know where they're at.
No, I mean they like to rep the jersey with their name on it with their favorite team. I mean, if I was a kid, I'd probably do it. But
no, I get it. I'm the same way. But my mom doesn't go looking for me. She's like, "Oh, he's gone.
He'll be fine."
Yeah, no, I have rules about buying jerseys, and it's unless they're a Hall of Famer, I don't buy a jersey.
That's usually mine. So it's, I mean, I think I had an Oro Locker before. I had a Peppers. Oh no, I still have Peppers.
He's got 2 of those great ones.
I have a Peyton. So usually I do buy the Hall of Famer ones, but the kids like the newer ones. And you know what? He bought it for me, and I'm gonna wear it. And then Osuna, I'll go ahead and buy his. If the kids get it, I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if I get my hands on one.
All right, so I know I'm excited for episode 2 to Hard Knocks, which comes out tomorrow. Super excited to watch that, and I'm also excited to see what game number technically 3 of preseason is gonna be. Who are we playing against, JC?
Bengals.
Oh, actually, I don't even know.
Come on, JC. It is the Bengals.
Because they're having joint practice. Did I say that correctly? They're having a joint practice together. It was a kind of a big deal. Wait, so who are the 2 teams that refuse to have joint practices with any other teams? Did you hear about that?
Oh, you're talking about the Lions
and Bengals.
Why is that?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Was it the Lions and I forgot what other team they were practicing with this? They just stopped having practices because they didn't have enough players or something like that happened this week. I didn't read into it because I was more worried about our Bears, but
well, I just find it interesting because they said that the league is getting upset because they refuse to have joint practices, and there was 2 teams that refused to have joint practices. I find it interesting. The Bears always have somebody, so like this week they'll have the joint practice with the Bengals. I just hope nobody gets hurt.
Yeah. I'm indifferent about it. I'm indifferent about it because it brings the intensity up because you're not hitting your own players. But at the same time, it's like you don't want anybody to get hurt.
Intensity up.
Yeah, you don't want nobody swinging at helmet.
Are we gonna have a live podcast show on for week 1?
Working on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I think it was the Lions. Was it this week? I forget who they were practicing with, but there were like 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah,
and it's like again, like what? Like, yes, it's productive to go against a team that's not your own team because you could be on 2 separate fields. Your defense is on one, your offense is on another. They're getting a lot more reps in, against a different team. But when you go against another team, hey, that's not my teammate. And then, the intensity ramps up. Next thing you know, somebody's getting beat and they're not happy about it, and then
hurt.
The chirping.
yep,
Feelings that hurt.
the chirping starts. Then next thing you know, helmets are being used as deadly weapons. So like I said, sometimes it's a catch-22. It helps, but it hurts.
Yeah. Definitely.
Grown men crying. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Stop
Wait.
it. Yeah. The Bears play Cincinnati this Saturday at 12 p.m. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to watch that. And Hard Knocks on Tuesday, 8 p.m. on HBO, JC, so you can find it.
I'm trying. Like I said, I mean, if there's no feeds,
You could get a free week, okay? You could do the free week for one of them.
Yeah,
and catch up on 2
free
episodes.
week at the end, so I could just binge watch all 6 episodes.
I was just about to say that. Just wait to the end, then binge watch them all.
Somebody in your family has an HBO password.
I was going to say, or borrow somebody's password.
$10. $10 and you can watch it.
I don't have HBO. My kids have it.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah. No,
you can
okay.
follow
You know what? You're right. Do you want the password? Just ask me then. That's right. Yes.
There you go.
That's what. Yeah. So I will do that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
No, you pulled the card. I forgot, and that was my bad.
He
And
literally pulled the skate out of his back pocket and slammed it on the table.
Hey, I will do it. I will do it.
You owe me this card. Yeah,
I forgot, but hey, I remember, and I will do that because you do that for me. So I will.
There you go.
I will do that for you.
Oh, wow.
You'll have your own profile and everything. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Just don't mess up my algorithm. Okay. I'll give it to you. Don't mess up my algorithm.
The Notebook. It's going to be some sweet romance movie.
I swear, I will lose it.
The
For you and
proposal,
your
the Notebook, Pitch Perfect. Nothing but rom-coms for him.
I got Sex in the City popping up on there. I'm like, what is going on?
Well, everybody says that here because they all have their own profiles, and sometimes I get left out. You know what? Let's talk about this. This is like one of them sessions. Let me tell you something. They all got these damn Netflixes and Hulus and whatever. I ain't got no damn profile on, I think, most of them. I'm like, my grandson has a profile on one, and I don't even have.
Yeah, he's got the kids stuff.
But
I wouldn't want kids stuff on mine.
Are you paying
if
for it?
If you have your own profile, it won't mess up the algorithm, so you're good if you get. Jay-Z.
No, that's my point. Like that's why he has his own.
But wait a minute, how do I get left out of everything?
Are you paying the bill?
No.
Then there's no complaining.
But
Yeah.
I chip in on the YouTube TV. We got like 7 profiles running. Everybody chips in. That's how we get the fantasy football and everything. Everybody pays like $20 or $15 a piece.
I looked into that. I forgot what for. It was expensive. I was like,
expensive, but if you can get 7 people, and you split that bill,
I think it's like $79.99 a month or something.
No.
We don't pay that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But
I really
but
just
we
watch
don't
when it
have
comes up.
We can
I
find out how to do that for free.
Yeah.
We
I was looking like during the Olympics, and like I said, I saw something for like $79.99 a month, and I was like, no.
I was watching everything on Peacock, so
I pay $15, and it's everything.
I don't pay for none of those subscription stuff, so.
But that's why you.
And that's why I don't travel anywhere.
That's exactly why you ain't watching Hard Knocks.
I'm always home. You know what?
I'm with you, brother. I ain't trying to pay for none of that stuff either. I get upset. Well, I gotta stream all this. Well, I gotta go over there. It's not like that. Oh man, get off my damn lawn. Why I gotta watch this? Why I gotta watch it on that?
I have to contribute to the show. I can't not. That's why I have Marquee. Big Z doesn't pay for it.
No,
I paid $110 for dinner tonight. Okay. I am not paying $5 for Hulu, $5 for Peacock, $20 for Netflix, $20 for Marquee.
Wait, hold on. Are you happy with the dinner you just had?
I mean, I had a Caesar salad, so.
For $110 Caesar salad.
That's my point. Food is inevitable.
itself?
TV is amazing. You'll live these memories. Food is irrelevant.
Oh, I'll have the chicken Philly sandwich. I'll have the steak Philly sandwich. Everybody else is bawling on the steak and chicken Philly sandwiches. And I was like, you know what? I just feel like a good salad tonight.
But you paid for everything.
Yes.
You just said that.
I don't get it.
Yeah, at least put some croutons in that bitch.
No, I get it. No, that's very nice of you,
It was
JC.
lacking croutons. I will tell you that it was lacking croutons.
Did you put some bacon on it? Come on,
No,
man.
there's no bacon. It was
Chicken
just chicken Caesar salad.
Jesus, oh my God.
Oh,
All right, boys.
My chest hurt.
all right.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with Stirring the Pot after a word from our sponsors. You guys are hilarious.
Chest hurt. You got $10 for dinner?
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15
for 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
What up? It's Martin Moreno, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast.
Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z. In the house, we got No Sweat Surge. We got Stevie B and JC Dynasty Fantasy Football in the house. And you know what? It is the time, and it's time for Steven's favorite segment.
Stir in the pot.
There we go, baby. All right, this week I found an article on some people's favorite soda, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is coming out with another specialty. It's fine. Another specialty flavor, and it's going to be a little spicy, ladies and gentlemen. They're coming out with a hot stuff, Dr. Pepper. Is this something you would try?
No. No. Fuck. No.
What? It's going to taste like a hot tamale. That's exactly what it's going to taste like.
Yeah, like very cinnamon hot tamale. That's exactly what I'm thinking what it is.
Yeah. I can't.
Like, I might do like a sample cup.
Yeah.
But that's it. I would not buy a 12-pack. I would not buy a 6-pack. Like, if I'm in the grocery store and they were to be sampling it,
yes,
I would try it.
Would you try it that way, Serge?
No. This sounds gross. No.
Stevie B, would you try it?
I don't like Dr. Pepper, but I'd try it.
I'd try it just to be like, I tried it.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, I tried
otherwise, like you would never see me pay money for it.
No. I tried one of them cream soda. My son bought some Dr. Pepper thingamajiggies here.
Dr. Pepper cream soda?
Yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah, it tastes really good. So I tried it. I was like, no, I'm never going to do it again. It's just gross. It's nasty. I'm not a Dr. Pepper fan.
Okay. Is there a specialty soda? Like, whatever normal soda has a specialty flavor. Is there one that you like?
I would do Coke.
Which one?
Vanilla Coke.
Okay.
I'll do that if it's good. Oh, you know what? Here. Yeah, sipping on this. Cherry. My kids buy this stuff, so I can't. But there's a cherry lime. So I've been sipping on this.
Nice.
And it tastes like that stuff from Sonic's cherry limeade.
Never. Yeah, I've never had that. Okay. I mean, I'll try it.
Yeah, cherry limeade. So I mean, I'm trying it because if they buy it, I won't drink it. But that Dr. Pepper, no.
JC, is there a specialty soda?
Mine's Baja Breeze.
Okay,
Mountain Dew.
That's a variation of Mountain Dew. Okay,
I'll do sugar free from it.
That Baja stuff.
I'll do that.
Taco Bell drink them jiggy, right?
Well, he's a Taco Bell aficionado.
Yeah, it's good. I haven't gone there in 2 weeks, but it's coming. Maybe tomorrow.
Your tummy feels better, doesn't it?
It never feels good. That's the issue, Serge. I just have to ride the wave.
Wait, you just gave your stomach a little breather. Shoot.
Not my liver, but yeah, sure. One of them's getting a break.
Saving on toilet paper. JC, is there specialty?
What do you think?
No, I don't really do any specialty flavor stuff. Cherry Coke, cherry Pepsi. That's about it. I do enjoy Dr. Pepper. Like I said, as an option. Sometimes when you go somewhere and it's like a fountain drink, the Dr. Pepper doesn't always taste like a Dr. Pepper in a can. So like I said, I tend to be wary about getting like them from a soft drink, dispenser. But like I said, just cherry Coke or whatever. Although, so today I was at Six Flags, and someone in my family loves funnel cakes, so I stopped in the funnel cake shop, and they had A&W root beer floats, and I was like,
I do like that.
I do not like root beer at all.
Same. I do not like root beer.
With the ice cream, it is really good.
But I was gonna say,
I used to like malts.
root beer
I used to like malts. Remember I used to like the root beer floats, and I used to like malts. Do you remember those?
Yeah, malts, like a chocolate malt. Yes.
Yes, I used to like malts too. But root beer floats. Yeah.
Yeah, you just reminded me of a past memory that I unlocked when I was being a stupid teenager, early 20s, in my head with that funnel cake right now, but not going to say it.
Finish the story, and then we can get into Stevie B's.
Yeah.
That's when you should go back into like make Twilight music for him when he starts saying, "Oh, that unlocks." Just goes back.
Well, and that's part of the story is, I just brought up root beer floats, right? So every February for my birthday, we go skiing up in Wisconsin. And literally we were on our way back home from Wisconsin one year. And for whatever reason, I saw an A&W root beer float place off the side of the highway. We went about 2 miles past the exit. I pulled a Yui. We went back to get root beer floats. That's because it just brought up one of those memories in my mind, and I was like, I don't care that we passed it up by 2 miles. We're going back to get these root beer floats.
And how magical was it?
It was delicious. It was great.
That's awesome. I love that for you.
It's like watching a movie from your childhood and finding out it's still good.
That's nice.
I
love that for you.
I do love the movie. I was feeling that story, man.
Stevie, you want to share your story too?
I'll make it quick. I was at Six Flags. It was double dates. The girl I was dating, I forgot that she was allergic to chocolate. So I had chocolate on the funnel cake, and I was like, just eat around it. And I was such an asshole. And I feel so bad till this day because that was my assholeness. I'm like, I can't buy another one because I'm broke as shit. What's changed so many years later? But I was just like, man, thinking about it now, when he said funnel cake, I can remember sitting at the tables and having that happen. I totally forgot, but that was me. I was an asshole in that moment. Yeah. I'm not proud of it. I definitely regret it. And I apologize many times, but yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, JC. Oh,
found it.
Yeah. Not a proud moment. Definitely not.
Did you have any dates with this?
I'm just laughing at Steven's story because he had certain words that were key words that usually. Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
No. I want to know
what I'm talking about. You're laughing.
Huh?
Was there another date after you said eat around it?
To be honest, all I know is like it eventually didn't work out because
of course it didn't. Nobody wanted to eat around it.
But yeah, but of course, yeah, no, she's happy now, no. 2 kids, husband and whatnot, and good for her. She deserves a lot better than me. But yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Bro,
it happens.
You need counseling, brother.
Oh, I'm like Batman. I have a lot of trauma. So
you could have done better than me. Oh, it's traumatic. We didn't we didn't allow her to eat around it.
Oh my God.
I'm just a rich kid with trauma and issues. Lots of issues. Yeah. So
but you're not the rich part, so we're good.
No, maybe my parents, but not me. Definitely not me.
If people can have problems is even worse. At least he can buy his way out.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's how you drown your sorrows with Taco Hell.
I mean, that's just,
That ain't water, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't water.
it's definitely not.
Oh my
So,
god.
I was gonna say,
All
if he didn't have a drinking problem, he might have more money in his pocket. But
I'm buying $8 bottles of vodka, and it's a handle. So,
And when your kidneys fail, this is
Okay,
going
like a
to
true
have that
alcoholic.
conversation.
I mean, I don't drink during the day when I'm at work. No, definitely not.
No, just daily.
It's when I come
drinking after
home.
the evenings. Yeah.
Yeah, have.
just in a flask in his car on his lunch break.
Oh yeah. See.
Oh no, definitely not. No.
While his
You
grandfather
can smell
drives.
on your breath at work, and I have a lot of people. So no,
No.
thank you. I'm somewhat responsible.
Whatever type blood you are, I'm the opposite. You can't have my kidney.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It might be the liver before the kidneys.
I was gonna
But
say, it's the liver.
Kidney, livers, all of it shuts down.
Yeah.
We're good.
It's okay.
I do have a question for you guys though.
Yeah, go for
before we wrap this up because and I know you guys are kind of like LeBron fans, but do you think they should have given him an MVP?
no.
Um,
An MVP for what? Yeah, are we talking
I will say this.
Are we talking regular season? What are we talking about?
He got MVP for the Olympics.
Oh hell no!
I will. I'm not going to say that. Okay, Serbia and the one before that, he carried the team.
He didn't carry him through Serbia.
Not in Serbia, but the one prior to that.
Just the fourth quarter where he came up big in those two games.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
he's the
if
senior
you don't do
statement.
that, you're not going anywhere.
But he's also the
if
senior
Curry
statement.
didn't do what he did, they would either be playing
Okay,
for bronze or
Ant
playing
wasn't
or they
doing
would've lost and
anything.
got silver.
Yeah, I just gotta say,
There's too
Go
much
ahead.
talent on that team and too many egos, and that's why you did not see the even distribution of scoring. Like some people were scoring big on one day and then not playing the next. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you need a stronger minded coach on that. I don't know if you need less egos on that team. But
Jason Tatum, I'm not a fan.
Look, if Curry
Not a
didn't
fan.
go off against Serbia, these guys would have been playing for bronze.
I guess we'll never know.
Oh, we know. He hit like 7 threes. He scored like 36 points. 36 points. Are we kidding?
The fact
Who are
that we
we
gotta
lying
come
to?
back and beat any team is just
Yeah.
absolutely pathetic.
No, and I will
Thank you.
I will agree with you on that. Yes, it shouldn't have been like that.
No.
And I 100%.
Now, did
But-
LeBron get a triple double? He did some things, but I'm saying
There's a lot of team players on there.
But those two last games where Curry was just hitting whatever. Yeah, I mean, he could have been Ray Charles on the team, and he was still hitting crap off the three. And I'm saying if it wasn't for him during that Serbia game, we would have lost. I don't care what anybody says. And then
Yeah, but one of those passes and screens from LeBron is how it also helped. It's a team sport. I agree with
that, but everybody was
just
hitting everything, and this guy was hitting everything.
I will say yes to everything you said, but also I will not discredit that LeBron didn't have his moments in the game.
He did.
He did. He had a nice pass, like a little hook around to give to Steph, shoot it in, and Steph got it in. And
it's
I
also
will,
the last Olympics.
It's
and
true,
I will
but
say, yeah,
hitting
I will
everything.
agree.
7 3-pointers to get them out of bronze. Are you
I'm sick
kidding?
of it. He doesn't deserve it. His son did not deserve to be drafted. Stop it. Everybody needs to stop with this. LeBron needs to be given everything that he ever wanted in life because his name is LeBron James.
I'm not
Stop
saying
it.
that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it. He did great spots and great moments. He didn't carry everything of the team. I retracted what I said, but what I meant to say was he helped when it mattered and no one else was actually producing on the team.
Yeah,
he helped, and Steph did too. Katie helped.
Davis had his moments.
Big
Embiid had his
fella.
moments.
AD didn't do much, but
But I'm talking about like these find the semis where you get to advance to the gold. Curry went the hell off. And he hit he hit a bunch of threes to get them to, like, if he didn't score the way he was scoring, these guys would have been sitting there playing for bronze. That's to me, that's an MVP. If they were going to do that, but I don't think any of them should have gotten MVP. I think all these other sports didn't do MVPs. I didn't understand why did they do it for the men's basketball. It made zero sense to me. Like, oh, Simone, Biles, you're the MVP of. Like, come on, man, all that's stupid.
Well, for team sports, I think it's a little different. And I also want to shout out the ladies who also won gold for the for a basketball team, and that was a very, very good game.
As a nail biter.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
I'm
did.
kidding. I'm kidding.
There was no soft tissue issue there, guys. Victor, no soft tissue issue in any of those games. They did good things.
Brittany Griner, maybe.
Stupid. But that was my
Again,
struggle this weekend. Go ahead, JC. I'm sorry.
the MVP should have went to somebody on the Serbian team because, again, the fact that the American team did not blow out these other teams by like 30 points, it's an embarrassment. Like, to me.
Yeah, but they always listed a winning team. You know?
It's different from 92. People
I mean,
like
unless the Olympic, unless the Olympic, came in and said, "Hey, please, like, don't blow teams out by like 50 points." Try and keep it.
I thought that's what happened. I thought that's what they asked.
I wouldn't put it past the Olympics because they're as corrupt as FIFA. So, yeah, I can see that definitely happening, especially if you're betting.
Come here. Hold on. We're finding our new Bears fan. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Say hi, everybody.
What?
Hey.
Yande. Grandson in the house. All right, get out of here. Okay.
All right,
I showed up out of nowhere.
That is it for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you to No Sweat Surge, TVB from No Water Weekend Podcast, JC Dynasty Fans Football for joining us this week. Thank you to you, the listeners and watchers, for sticking and supporting with us through 207 episodes. Thank you to our sponsors, 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and Grit Clothing Company. Go over to gritclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Use your promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order.
Can we use those coats to buy Goya products on the logo?
Goya? I don't use Goya. Well, that's a whole controversial thing that, anyways.
Whoa! How do you season your food?
Well, now with Goya. Anyway, continue.
La Criolla is a different brand. Anyways. Yeah, there's salt, pepper, and some other stuff. Anyways, you could hit us up on truechicagosportsfans@gmail.com for stirring the pots, for any controversial topic you want to talk about. If there's something that you're watching or you want to talk about stirring the pot, just give us an email. You threw me off there, Serge. All right, for the boys, I am Big Z. We'll see you next time for episode 208. And until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.
Adobo.